emphasize to everyone watching that I'm not personally a Mason, and I'm not affiliated with any fraternities or secret societies. In fact, I go so far as to say that I really despise these types of fraternities and hierarchies, because one, they're hierarchies, and two, they're demonstrably corrupt. And it's a major reason for the suppression. All you feminists, start listening up. You thought it was all male violence, right? No. In this rivalry, it is the rivalry and the action of destruction from the Sophianics to the Sophics that truly accounts for the repression and historical suppression of womankind. Can you take that on board? Well, you better, or otherwise you're not going to see no progress. You can stick with your theories as long as you want, but you're dooming the human race to permanent arrestation by just simply blaming men, malignant men only. There's something so much more subtle going on. Now, the feminists want us to believe what we know they want us to believe. Yes. Put the blame at the door of men only. They haven't even scratched the surface. It's time to move on. Valentia Strayton says that all ancient religions were symbolized by a serpent. In Egypt, the resurrection of nature was represented by a serpent having human legs. A serpent on two legs also meant a high initiate. So there we go. This is crucial. A different rendering, a more accurate one that's delivered in the Christian and Jewish scriptures. The serpent on legs, a talking serpent, is a high initiate, somebody special. A Lemurian, a wise one. Is that what we're dealing with, that the serpents are a race? Well, anybody educated who's done 5 minutes of homework knows that you had snake priests and oar fights and what they represented. So remember that load of palava about Eve being born from Adam's rib? Which you just got to dig back into the origin of these things and find out, no. That's a coded way of the mythmongers, mythographers, to hint to you, to the initiated, as we said, it's the esoteric tradition we're really dealing with, not the exoteric story for our Joe Sexpack in the pews. This is the real story. Ninti is Lady of the Rib. So the story of the rib encoded into the Bible is just a nod and a wink to say, you know what the real story is. She's the lady who gives life. These out-of-body states led to the belief that someone was talking to you. Some cults just say that's the ancestor. So we have ancestor worship. One of the more primal forms of the religions we know today is ancestor worship. Well, you'll hear ancestors talking, all right, or something talking when you're high as a kite on this stuff. That then leads, in another year, another epoch, to the worship of certain gods. Maybe just personifications of your son, the children. Your love for them is personified and suddenly is a child god. It's Horus and Attis, Tammuz, the rest of it. Right? Then as that moves, it moves on to a more bearded god or something else that's talking to you. I mean, when you're on this stuff, ladies and gentlemen, you will worship a fucking pencil. What the crux of the matter is, we are dealing with a Pandora's box of supernaturalism and metaphysics that can be traced directly to this process. That 200,000 year legacy of the goddess tradition, the students of it know that that's an archetype and therefore cannot be destroyed. So how can we then buy into all the accounts later on where the hero is meant to be killing? This is what people have put before us. You can't kill an archetype. You can never suppress it. That's the fact. So then we've got to see beyond this idea of the male hero, as the feminists want to point out, killing the dragon or killing the serpent. No, it's a totally different thing going on than they've been able to find out. They're not able to correctly penetrate and decipher these allegories. And when you do decipher, this is the whole point of this program, when you do decipher it correctly, something incredible comes upon us. This is a great way to kickstart a subject which I hope will be talked about and thought about for decades to come, so we can really see some positive change on this planet by facing hard facts, difficult facts, controversial facts, but it's all in a good cause to end this war on consciousness which has been going on for millennia now. Be seeing you.